my channel if you've been here before, and if this is the first time that you're ever clicking on any of my videos, then welcome. I hope you subscribe, you stick around, and you hang out with us. And for today's video, I just wanted to share with you small changes that make your home look expensive. Your home doesn't need more furniture, it just needs better decisions. The first thing that I want to share with you are curtains. Now, I feel like curtains are overlooked a lot of the time because it's just like everybody knows about curtains, but I do think that picking the right shade, fabric, and definitely hanging them at the right height are crucial to give you that elevated look. So I'm going to show you some examples of what I am talking about. I have my iPad here, and let's just look at some pictures together. So this first picture right here, you can see that before, they have curtains, they're hung right above the window frame, and you can see, it looks good. It's not anything that's like abhorrent, but if you look in the after, raising those almost to the ceiling gives that elongated look immediately. In this next picture, you can see that again, they raised the curtains and it looks like they changed it from yellow to white. The shelves are the same, everything looks the same. It's tricking the eye into believing that a room has higher ceilings, and this is a super easy way to make your home look more expensive without actually having to buy any curtains, because if you already have them, just raise them. But if you're like, you know what, I kind of want to buy some curtains, I will say I like to mix my fabrics. I don't like everything to be the same. I've spoken about this before. I vary my textures, I vary my colors. In this image right here, you can see that they have, it looks like just like a blind, but then above they added curtains. Granted, it looks a little rough, but you know what, they're trying, and we gotta give credit where credit is due, okay? The curtains are a little bit dark, so if they're going for that moody vibe, they're working on it, okay? Let's give them some grace. But in this next picture, you can see the before and the after, and again, it doesn't look like they even changed much other than just raising the curtains, and you can see, it's night and day. It's very noticeable the difference that it makes, and it goes from normal, like cute, it's fine, but then when you raise them, immediately it's elevated. So for number 2, I want to talk about cushions. Now, I know that it is a lot easier to get everything that is the same, to match everything and just throw it on the couch. And I think a lot of the time we do this because we as humans are attracted to symmetry. If you've seen any of those articles that are like, what makes this pretty? What makes this ugly? Blah, 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 blah. But granted, that's all perspective. But let's just reel it back, okay? So a lot of the time, beauty tends to be what is symmetrical. So for throw cushions, it makes sense for us, again, to just buy the same thing and throw it on the couch because it's easy, it's symmetrical, it looks good. But if you want it to look expensive, you're going to get cushions that vary in texture and in size. And what I mean by that is if you're going to have, your couch full of cushions, I would say step back a little bit and let me show you what I'm talking about. So in this picture right here, you can see that there are 2 cushions. Even though these are both neutral throw pillows, they still look high-end and elevated because of the texture and just the way that they style them. They have a very thick throw blanket, and then the very simple, it looks like a 20 by 20 cushion, and then maybe like a 12 by 16 pillow. And that, just looking at it, it immediately looks cozy, high-end, and well balanced. If you look on this couch, none of those pillows are matching, none of them. But they do have cohesion because they're all squares and rectangles. And then I do love that they threw in what looks like a round cushion. Even though it's different, it still balances the entirety of the scheme that they're trying to create here because it is in a warm, like brownie color. It's referencing back to that warm throw cushion that they put in the corner. So that, again, all different, but they all work together. And then in this picture, same thing. You can see that they're all different. Now, personally, there are too many cushions on the couch. I would prefer maybe doing like 2 on one end and a tiny one, or just 2 by themselves. And if you're gonna do 3, you can do as many as you want depending on the size of your couch. But once people are starting to not be able to sit down because there's too many cushions, then maybe perhaps remove a couple. Another tip that I want to share with you is using table lamps. These always look high-end. They always look elevated. If you've ever been to a showroom or even just to IKEA and then you look on the nightstands, you look on sideboard tables, on coffee tables, or just wherever, they tend to have some kind of either like a sculptural vase or a sculptural vase that is a table lamp. So I would say try to introduce any kind of a table lamp. You do not need to buy these new, because I know you're probably like,
May, do you even know how much table lamps cost?
Yes, I do. It's half your kidney and an arm. Honestly, sometimes I think they're stupidly expensive. And the way to combat that is go to the thrift store. Go to the thrift store. Even if you just find the lamp vase, you can always get a lampshade. They sell them at Walmart. You can even find them at the thrift store. Granted, a lot of the time they're like dirty or very yellow and discolored. You know, you can tell that they've gone through a lot of wear and tear. So if you find a beautiful just lamp base, get it, and then get your own lampshade. In this image, the black table lamp is very, I don't want to say architectural, but it looks like art. Because it's spherical, it adds some kind of dimension to the room. You see that they have, I think it's like the wainscoting on the wall, the mirror, everything else. There's a lot of texture and movement going on, but adding that circular lamp, I think it adds some kind of femininity and just something else for your eye to look at. In this next picture, the lamp that's on the sideboard is like a sculpture. It looks sculpture in a way, but then the lampshade on it, I think this is beautiful. To me, this is giving movement, femininity, texture, color, coziness. It's honestly doing a lot for this room because the wall is black, and bringing in that lighter lamp, I think it just pops against the contrast of the wall. Okay, and here's a before and after of someone doing a DIY project. Again, it looks like they just did some kind of DIY to the lamp base and then added their own lampshade. So it's fairly easy to do, and a lot of them do not cost that much. I've been to the thrift store. They're like $5, and I think the most expensive was like $10. So it's definitely doable if you want to just spend a little bit more money on the lampshade. Number 5, it is to swap out the hardware for just anything that is old, dirty, dingy, gross. For example, I had a dresser cabinet thing that was left here when we moved into this house. The owners didn't take it with them and they left it here, and I am glad they did because it honestly wasn't really in bad conditions. It just was sad. I wish I had it before because it was black and then I painted it white. I left the same hardware on it. It just was, you know, it was basic. It was IKEA furniture. And again, I have nothing against IKEA furniture. I have some of that in my house, so no hate to them, but it just looked plain Jane is what I'm trying to say. And then I just ended up getting some brown sample paint and I painted the dresser cabinet thing, and then the old kitchen cabinet just like handles that I swapped out, I ended up spraying those gold and then just putting them on the cabinet. I ended up upcycling everything for this DIY project. I really didn't spend a lot of money. I spent the $5-6 on the sample paint, and then the spray paint I already had it. So this just lets you know that you can do this on a budget. You just got to be looking out. And then even sometimes going to the thrift store, people give away their treasures. I do think that a lot of the time people are giving away treasures and they don't know that themselves, and that's all right because then we go get them at a cheaper price, and then we also avoid having them go to the landfill. If you see in this kitchen cabinet, the right side looks like it was just like the normal side, and then the left side looks like it was elevated. The gold and then just the clean lines of the handle itself looks very clean, very modern, but it still looks classic because of the gold undertone. And then in this dresser, again, it looks like to me the only thing that they did was just spray paint the dresser pulls or the dresser handles, and that was it. So very easy to do. Number 6, and I kind of went over this already, but if you have any furniture that looks, you know, a little crusty, a little dusty, and maybe smells a tiny bit musty, first of all, clean it, but then all you have to do is paint it. For example, a lot of people have some of these hutches in their homes. I know this because my parents have these. They're beautiful. They're still in that like oak color, which is fine. I'm not telling them to change it, but I'm just saying that a lot of people have furniture pieces that look similar to these, And look how nice and elevated this looks. It looks very classic, but modern at the same time because of the color that they chose. You can also see in this dresser, I mean, I don't know if it was painted, but I'm just saying this could have been painted and it works. This is what I'm trying to say, is just a couple of little things that you tweak or add will make your home or your furniture pieces look expensive without you having to spend a lot of money. Because honestly, nowadays, who has money to just be throwing out the window? Not me, and I'm sure a lot of normal people don't. Painting your furniture pieces in a darker shade, to me, that instantly elevates it, but it makes it look more moody. And I think that's what they've done with this specific credenza, sideboard, cabinet, dresser looking thing. It's beautiful, but the fact that it's in a dark color, again, it just gives like grown-up moody vibes. And then lastly, here's another example of what looks like a dresser that was painted in this really beautiful vanilla whitish color. So again, if you want to elevate any of your furniture pieces, just get some paint. Lastly, to make your home look more expensive is to style in odd numbers. So what I mean by that is, again, our eye likes very symmetrical things. But if we break it up into odd numbers but make it look cohesive, it still fools the eye into thinking that it's symmetrical. For example, in this picture, you can see that they have, 2 pictures and a plant, but they grouped it in 3s. Now, picture just the white picture and the plant. It just looks plain, like just, I don't know, like it's missing something. But adding that 3rd item, it really makes it look like a unit. In this next picture, you can see that they went for 3. So you have the little round pitcher, the stool, the candle, and the plant in the vase. And I know that there's 4 items, but the way that the candle is sitting on the stool, eating it as a unit, even though, yes, there's 4 things there, but it looks like there's 3, like a group of 3 things. It creates a triangle that is guiding the eye from the top to the side and then down to the bottom. So creating that symmetry, even though it looks odd, but there's an even amount of items. And then here's just another example. Everything looks cohesive. It looks like they have a little group of 3 and then the plant behind it. So yes, again, there's 4 or 5 if you really want to be technical, but it looks good because it's varied. And then in this next picture, you can see that they went for 3, but they chose to keep 2 items off to the side together, which still tie back to that cute little picture frame because of how it's together but separated. So I is reading that as a unit, and they opted to do an odd number. All right, guys, so I think that I've discussed some options that are gonna help you make your home look more expensive without actually spending any money, okay? Maybe like $5 or $10. It's better than spending $300 to $500. If you agree with any of these, please let me know. Or if you've already done some of these things, also let me know and tell me if you noticed the difference, if you didn't. Or I also want to hear if you are going to implement some of these, and then come back and let us know if you disagree or agree. Either way, this is just a place for us to come together to talk about home decor, interior design, all that fun stuff. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful, marvelous, beautiful day. Bye.